Hi everyone, Erol here, and last time we talked about reading chord diagrams, and now I'm going to show you guys your first 3 chords on the guitar. The very first one that we talk about is E minor 7, where we used one finger, and then we add our second finger next to it to make it E minor, and then we're going to work those first 2 fingers and walk them over to be able to get an A7 chord. Now, I like starting with these 3 chords in particular because they're not difficult to do. Anybody can make this symbol with their fingers. Anybody can press their second finger down next to it, and anybody can walk those 2 fingers over. So it's an easy, good start to the guitar. You get to strum all 6 strings and get a nice, big, loud, full sound from your very first chords. So if you look at the very first chord that we had again, it was E minor 7. And then the second chord we had was E minor. Now, if you flip to the page in the book where we're talking about E minor 7 and E minor, right at the very beginning, we alternate between those 2 chords with these diamond-shaped notes. These are whole notes when we strum in these chords. So we've got E minor 7, 2, 3, add the second finger. Then we release the second finger, 1, 2, 3, add the second finger, 2, 3. Then we repeat. 2. Add the second finger. Repeat. Add the second finger. Now, in the subsequent exercises, we add rests in between our chord strums. So we're going to have 1 strum of E minor 7 followed by 3 counts of rest. Then we add the middle finger to make E minor, followed by 3 counts of rest. And it's going to sound like this. So 1, rest, rest, add the second finger. E minor, rest, rest, release the second. E minor, rest, add the second finger. Strum, rest, rest, release. And we continue in that fashion where we reduce the number of beats that we have as rests. This is going to help you switch a little bit more slowly and gradually, but by the end of it, your fingers will be able to play these chords. So we have E minor 7, 2 strums followed by 2 counts of rest. So we're going to have strum, strum, rest, add the second finger. Strum, strum, rest, release. Strum, strum, add the second. Strum, strum, rest, release. Add the second finger. And we continue so on and so forth. Now, if at any point in this video you feel like you need to hit the pause button to spend a little bit more time practicing something, that's okay. By all means do so. Take the time to make sure you really feel comfortable with this material before going on to the next exercise. So in the next one, we do 3 strums followed by only 1 count of rest. So the amount of time we have to switch chords gets a little smaller each time we do this. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, rest and switch. 2, 3, rest. E minor 7, rest. E minor, rest. And continue on in that fashion until it feels easy. Now the next step, we're just going to do 4 continuous strums with no rest in between. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, E minor 7, 2, 3, E minor, E minor 7, E minor, there it is. Now the next chord that we're going to introduce is an A7 chord. So if you have E minor, we're going to walk our second finger over to the second string and our first finger over to the 4th string. Now with this chord, it's often played by omitting the low E string, but it's not technically an incorrect note if you want to strike all 6 strings for right now. One little option you can do is just lightly mute the side of that 6th string with your thumb. If that feels really uncomfortable for the time being, you can work your way up to it and just strum all 6 strings without worrying about muting that low E string. So, just on 4 counts each, let's just alternate between E minor 7, then rest for 4 counts, and slowly walk it to A7. So strum, 2, 3, 4, rest, switch back to E minor 7 with 1 finger, 2, 3, 4. Rest for 4 counts and switch. A7, 2, 3, 4, rest, switch back to E minor 7. And continue on just like that. Do this slowly enough that you establish the consistency of doing it right each time, and that's what's going to help you learn that much more quickly. So the next exercise has you doing the same rhythmic figure while switching between E minor instead of E minor 7 and A7. So now we're working the first and second fingers together. So let's try this out. E minor, 2, 3, 4, rest for 4 counts while switching to A7. Strum, 2, 3, 4, rest for 4 counts while switching to E minor. Strum, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, switch to A7. 2, 3, 4, rest for 4 counts while switching back. Now the next exercise that we're going to do has us doing 1 strum of E minor, followed by 3 beats of rest, followed by 1 strum of A7. So we're working at getting faster at these chords in the same fashion that we did before. So we're going to go E minor, rest, rest, and switch. A7, rest, back to E minor. 1, 2, rest, and switch. A7, 2, switch, back. Now, as I said before, hit the pause button if at any point you feel like you need to just take a little bit more time to get better at where you are. But if you feel confident and you're ready to move on, now we'll do 2 strums followed by 2 beats of rest. So we're going to go strum, strum, rest, release, A7, A7, rest, switch, back. E minor, rest, switch to A7. 1, 2, rest, switch, back. 1, 2, rest and switch. 1, 2, rest, switch, back. Rest and switch. Rest, switch, back. So the next step, 3 strums followed by only 1 count of rest. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch, back. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch, back. Switch. Switch, back. The final step, we take out that last beat of rest, and it's 4 continuous quarter note strums. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to A7, 1, 2. Back to E minor. And there it is. Now, there's a strum pattern at the bottom of the page where it says 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you look at the symbols above the staff, you'll notice the symbols indicate to strum down, 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 up, down. So we're going to try that strum pattern with those 2 chords we were just playing. So it's going to sound like this. E minor, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A7, 2, 3, and 4. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now if we speed that up a little bit. On your first guitar lesson, it's starting to sound like you're playing real songs. So, I want you guys to practice those and think about moving as slowly and easily as you need to make your chords feel easy and establish that consistency of doing it correctly each time, even if it's slow. So, thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe to Erol Oz Music on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And good luck practicing, and I'll see you guys next time.